HD. Today I'll be teaching you. Tomorrow, our registrar, Dr. Lappe, will be here to teach part of the class, and then I will take over. On Thursday, we're going to have the class online, which means we'll not be here physically. And then we'll come together on Friday to finish the class together. So that is going to be the setup. And I want to encourage you to, there are some things we need to communicate in the course that we need to do it together. On a way that you can grasp what we are sharing or what we are teaching. So it's an intensive class that runs from Monday through to Friday. And when we usually, if we teach, if it's a 3-credit-hour intensive class, we usually run from 8:30 to 4:30 in the evening. But since it's a 3-credit-hour course, so typically a 3-credit-hour course would be about 45 credit-hour contacts, for the week. So if you are doing that from 8:30 to 4:30 each day, that will get you to approximately between 40 or so, 45, credit hour. So in this particular course, we are looking at, approximately maybe 30 or thereabout contact hour or contact session for our time here together. Now, this course is a required course. Every student passing through our institution, whether as an undergraduate student or a master's student, is required to go through this course. And the course is designed in such a way as to reinforce our thinking and our writing skills. One of the indices for success for students at this level, I said one of them has to do with your ability to think critically, think constructively. But that there's always a problem to think and to write. Sometimes some people can think, but they can't put down what they are. They can't express themselves. Sometimes you see people, you see them, they are thinking and they want to write. They are either hitting or moving their legs. So they are struggling with, how do I really put down what I have in mind or what I am thinking? So, but also to say that the quality of your thinking is commensurate to your writing. You can't write more than you can think. You can't write more than you can think. So the quality of comfortable. But the way this room is, if we don't have AC, we're all going to be chicken here. Everybody is going to be Christmas good, ready for radio. So yeah. So anyway, so thinking is very important, but primarily we want to introduce us into how do we write a writing that will say it is academically accepted. You know, you can write, you can do different types of writing. You can write letter, you can write one thing or the other. But when it comes to academics, there are some rules and there are some guidelines that have to inform what we write. So this course will introduce us, to that. The expected learning outcome is we try to explain the meaning and role of critical thinking in academic writing and the relationship between critical thinking and theological reflection. One of the things that you learn during your time here at ACTS is your ability to be able to reflect on theological themes about God, themes about man, themes about creation, themes about, so different themes. Your ability to be able to do this, to be able to think right and reflect is very, very important. I want you to think about the whole work of salvation, that people 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 cannot be saved except they get to the point where they hear the word of God, they think or reflect over what they have heard, and then they respond to what they have heard. That's why the Bible says that with the heart man believeth, and with the mouth, confession is made. So if you just say, well, the Spirit of God will grab the people, will make them to be converted, those are really exceptional cases, that the Spirit of God gets to meet out to people. But the normal is that God has made the proclamation of the gospel. And if people then of course people will not respond positively. If we model up the message, we have a message that is not very direct and clear to the people. You have a message that you are trying to cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 issues. And at the end of the day, the people are confused as to what is it talking about? Is it talking about dream or vision or money or joy or peace or this and that? So they're not very clear. So the clarity of your message, the precision of your message will elicit response, from the people. And so it is with when we come to the issue of communication. So we'll be looking at how to employ various elements of academic writing. That's what Dr. Lappe will be covering with us tomorrow, the various elements in academic writing. And We'll try to demonstrate and apply knowledge of basic essay structure, including introduction, body, and conclusion. And then we'll look at some procedure for writing papers here in the school. How do we expect you to write academic papers? What do we expect you to do? And then we'll also introduce you on how you can review and critique academic papers that you read. How do you review those papers? How do you, critique them? And so those are some of the learning objectives that we'll be looking at, and we'll be able to evaluate sources for relevance and reliability. And then we will introduce you to our Turabian manual, which is the parenthetical in-text work citation as the primary way that we expect you to be referencing your work. And then, of course, we'll remind you of the need for you to avoid, plagiarism. Now, there are 3 assignments in this course, which you have to take note. First of all, you will write a 6 to 10 page paper. I think I've reduced it to 8 pages, I think. I've reduced it to about 8 pages. I think I have to edit that. What we call a concept paper. A concept paper of your choosing topic, which I have to approve the topic. And this paper will be a combination of your daily process paper. So you have the concept paper, you have your daily assigned readings, and you have what we call the process paper assignment. Now, there's a relationship between your concept paper and your process paper assignment. I will show you momentarily, because the process paper, you'll be doing it every day. There are segments of it that you'll be doing. And so what you will do at the end of the day, you will end up putting it together, and that will give you what we call a concept paper. So that's why I said that there's a close link between if you don't do your process paper, it will be difficult for you to write a concept paper. So the process paper is the foundation that will culminate in you being able to write a concept paper. So, and you will see how every day during the class, you will start building that foundation of getting ready to write, if you do your concept paper, if you do your process paper assignment well, so you see that when you get to the end, all you'll be doing is that you'll be putting things together to form your concept paper. So there is the concept paper, there's a daily assigned reading, and there's a process paper assignment. Now, if we want to start, let's look at the process paper. The focus of the academic process development practice assignment is to enable you practice the process and skill in writing academic paper. And one of the things you'll be learning is that for you to write good academic paper, you don't just get up on your bed one night or one morning and decide to write a paper. One of the things we want to teach you is that writing a good academic paper is a process. For you to be able to get it done, you must follow that process. And if you follow the process, then you'll be able to put a good paper together. So you are going to note, you will note here that the process assignment will start from day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and day 6. Day 1 is today of our class. Day 2 is Tuesday. Day 3 is Wednesday. Day 4 is Thursday. Day 5 is Friday. And day 6 is Saturday. So for each day, you have to accomplish a task regarding your process assignment. You will accomplish the task, and at the end of each day, you have to submit what you have accomplished. You have to post it on this thing. For example, day 1, one of the things that we should be looking at, thinking about at the end of our class today is for you to make up your mind to choose a topic, something that you desire or you want to write on. It could be in the church, it could be in any context, it could be whatever. You have to choose a topic. Well, look at not just that you are choosing a topic, you are choosing a topic that we call a researchable topic. Because there are topics you choose that may not be researchable. So if you say, for example, you want to investigate how many angels are guiding you. For example, you know. So
no objective assessment.
Yeah, so it's either you are, even if you are in the spirit, the academic writing is not in the spirit. So you know, so there's no, objective way of looking at it. Yeah. So that becomes something that is really not researchable.
Yes.
You know, and there are several topics that we can look at that you look at and say, well, these are just a very vague topic. They have no subject, they have no predicate, they have no what you say. This is a dependent and independent variable, you know, that you can look at. So one of the things that you are going to accomplish today is that you have to be thinking about something you want to write on. And then it's not just that you will choose, but you will state your reason or motivation why you choose the topic. You look at the objective and purpose, why you think that it's necessary for you to look at, that topic. So if you say, okay, you want to look at, investigate or write something, or maybe teen pregnancy in the church, issue about divorce, issue about burnout among ministers in the so those are things you put within a context, and then you are able to say, okay, I'm trying to look at this because of so and so reason. I'm looking at it because I'm motivated, to do it. So you must have a reason that justify, why you are choosing a particular topic. Then you notice that this assignment moves from one level. As it proceeds, it moves into level of difficulty, So first of all, you choose. Day 2, when you choose a topic, we expect you to identify at least between 7 to 10 academic resources that you can use, in academic work, you must support what you are writing with evidence. And that evidence could be what have been published by other people in that area. The evidence could be interview that you have had with people, but you are using that evidence to support what you are writing. So you choose number two, you are able to identify either by going to the library or by using online search engine. You should be able to identify academic resources on the area that you have chosen. So if, for example, you choose a topic and then you are unable to produce at least 7 materials that have been written or support your topic, it means that you really don't have a topic to write on. Okay? It means that you don't have a topic to write on. Because if you have, you identify the academic resources you have chosen, and notice that in choosing that resources, we want you to make sure that you touch on the following. You must make sure that you have textbook. Textbook must be part of it. Journal must be part of it. And then there could be other resources that you need to, but it must not just be a textbook. So it should be a combination of those materials. Then number 3 would be, after you identify those resources, you develop what we call annotated bibliography based on those resources. And I will give you this thing, how to develop an annotated bibliography. It's probably one of the difficult pieces of the assignment, but it's doable. So you spend time, the 3, the 4, to make sure that you develop annotated bibliography. And you see, you are given a number of days here to work on it because it entails you searching for putting that together, and you get it completed. And then you will write a literature review. You will be directed and taught on how to do that. You write a literature review based on the resources that you have gathered. I will show you how to do that based on the resources that you have gathered. And that literature review will identify 2 things. We'll identify and discuss findings from the literature review that is related to your topic. So, and of course, emphasizing what you agree and what you do not agree. And then B will be recommendation or suggestion and conclusion based on findings or observation from the literature. So you'll be able to say that based on the literature that you have reviewed, these are the things that you identify from it. Now,
Sorry, sir.
yes, sir.
Go over the literature review.
Pardon?
Can we go over the literature review again, please?
Yes. So we said that you identify at least 7.
Just from the literature review, the last one.
Okay, number 6.
Yes.
So write a literature review based on resources gathered in your annotated bibliography. And then the literature review, I've said, entails 2 things. You identify and discuss what do you identify in your literature. What do you identify in your literature? What findings do you see that, of course, you want to highlight? And then number 2, based on what you have done in the literature, what is your summary or suggestion or recommendation based, on that? So that is that. And then remember that I have posted this syllabus in the WhatsApp forum. Okay, so that those are things that we are going to do, we're dealing with class. Now, there are post-class completion of the process paper. The process paper will be completed after class. How many of us have a class to take after this course? Who is taking the next course that will be coming?
I should.
Yeah, for next month. Okay, yeah. So what I've done is that I know that course that is coming up will be coming. This course ends almost the end of August. So next month you have that class coming, which should be, I think, starting on the 20. Finish, yes. Yeah, I think 16 or so, yeah. But
September 16 to 20.
yeah, September 16 to 20.
Personal leadership.
That shouldn't be personal leadership. Oh, that's your next class.
Yeah, that's
Okay. Okay, but I'm sure that those in
There's another one, synoptic.
yes, synoptic gospel will be coming up for those in biblical. So I was asking, anybody do synoptic here after? You be doing synoptic, okay. Okay, yeah. So synoptic will be coming up. However, what I want you to note is that the assignment for this class, the concept, the process will be completed. So after the class, you will continue and complete the literature review around this. I think it's missing here. I think I may have probably got the wrong listing. So that is, let's see, let me just check something first and see if I got something wrong here. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just sorry. I think I've probably been working on two different documents. So I have a course syllabus here and I have another one here. So it doesn't change much, but I think what happened is the dates of what I was looking for here. Now you will notice that the other one didn't have these dates. So September 4, you will have to complete the literature review. Remember that the class ends on the 24th, no, 23rd, I suppose. Friday is what? Yeah, so the class runs 19 to 23rd, which is Friday. That Friday is what we call day 5. Saturday, you will still have to do your assignment, even though we don't have a class. So be day 6. And then there's a post-class completion of process paper. September 2 and 3, complete the writing of your literature review based on resources that you have gathered in your annotated bibliography. That is the adjustment that I was trying to look at. And then September 4, you will round up your literature review. September 5, you will write your reference pages. We'll talk about that. And September 6 and 7, you edit and format your final document. The final paper will be due on the 7th of September. So that is when the concept paper will be due. So by now, you must have all that you have gathered in your process, have put them together to form your concept paper. But the point I want you to note is that there are 3 basic assignments you have to take care of. One is the process assignment, which, as you have seen, they come daily, and you'll be submitting them on each day as they come, because each of them have grades attached to them. So that was what I was saying. So the assignment actually starts on day 2, which is tomorrow, August 20th. So that's when you start your turning in your papers. And then day 3, day 4, day 5, and day 6. Then you make sure that they're going to create a platform where, I don't know how Carlo wants to do it, but it's going to create a place where you need to be turning in. So each day you have assignment that you have to turn in. The other thing that you need to note is, are we okay?
Yeah, well,
Okay, so and that's,
I had my leave, that's why I said.
yeah, I'm talking about looking at the assignment and creating are they submitting directly to the LMS? So I assume that all of them are registered and they have access, because if you have not, then I'm going to stop at a point so that you have to help everyone to make sure that they are on the. But I wanted to understand that. So the first is process paper, concept paper. We have what we call pre-class reading and group discussion. And starting from, this is a pre-class reading that you see, starting from day 1. You have all those materials I will be covering, but here is a reading. Today, you're going to read the syllabus, and then I think there's something that we'll have to watch on YouTube later on. But day 1, that's what you're going to read. Notice also that there are required texts for this class. Number 1 is what I call KS, is Kevin, Gary, and Smith. That is an online book that I'm going to post in the listing for you to have access to. And then the second one is this advanced English. This is 2,500 naira, so you can settle that with Funke. But every day, beginning from today, you have to have reading. You come ready, like day 2, you have the reading that are already assigned. So day 2, you have KS, which stands for, what do I say? Kevin, Gary, and Smith. That one is a soft copy, so we'll send to you. And so tomorrow, you are expected to read these pages in Kevin. and UOA is this. Chioye Ogo and I think Tony or so. So you are supposed to read this, and the notes you have in the daily reading assignment is that you need to note that the daily reading, this daily reading assignment, you are required to post your daily reading assignment. Well, I don't know whatever it is, but when you read, I expect you to do at least a one-page summary of your reading. So if you are reading for two of these, then not more than a two-page reading. Sometimes it could be one and a half, and I can emphasize how you need to get that done. And then the third textbook that we have is Turabian, which is more like a reference book. And I will also post the soft copy for you so that you can have access to it. So that will be your reading for tomorrow as we come. It means that each day as you are coming to class, you've already completed the reading and you've already prepared your 2-page or 1.5 page. Then when you come to class, we're going to have time that we have a group discussion based on what you have written, and then you will post the paper. I don't collect any paper physically, so everything has to be posted in the platform. So you have that, and then the 3, you have the pre-class reading for day 3, which is this. Day 4, you have the pre-class reading as outlined. And then day 5, you have pre-class reading from Turabian as well as from KS. And so that is, you have what we'll be covering, for each day of the class and each day of our time together. So, so this is the syllabus for the class. I don't know if there are questions that would need clarification, but that is what we're looking at. That is our guide and our roadmap, how we're going to work together, as we have this kind of. Any question?
In the syllabus, day 2. Day 2 is on Wednesday. Wednesday.
Day 2 is supposed to be tomorrow.
Yeah, but it's Wednesday.
Mistake. Okay.
I think it was the previous one you sent,
Okay.
because the date is July.
You said day 2 is tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
You mentioned that day 2 is for tomorrow.
Day 2 is, today is 19th, tomorrow is 20th. So day 2 is 20th. Day 3 is, I intentionally skipped today because since we are doing our introductory, type stuff. So so that you can now be reading preparatory, to beginning from tomorrow for presentation. Is that clear? Yeah.
Sir, this daily assigned readings.
Yes.
What's the difference between that and the process paper?
The daily assigned reading is based on the books. the topics, you notice that this is so like the two, your pre-class reading is 7 to 18. And you have to finish it before you come to class that day. And we are going to have discussion based on the summary that you have had when you come to class. Now, the process paper, as you can see, the process paper require you to be working on what you want to write on. So process paper for day one is that what I will require you to do is that by the end of today, you would have chosen a topic you want to write on. Okay? Your reading could help you. You may come across things in your reading that could help you. But there are two different levels of assignment. So you pick a topic and you are able to state reason why you choose that topic and what is the purpose that you want to write or achieve from. Whereas this other reading is a summary. So you just provide a summary of what you read today in pages 8 to 10. So you just a brief summary. Okay, this is what I learned. This is what I found out from this text. And when we come to class, we can discuss that together. Does that make sense? So that is what we do. But remember, like I said, that if you focus on working on your daily assigned reading, your process paper eventually is what you put together to make your concept paper, which if you follow the assignment daily, day by day, then we'll be able to get through with that.
So would it be correct to say that the sequence is daily assignment, process, then concept?
You say the sequence. Well,
We do the daily first.
No, really.
not
It's only
necessarily.
1 and 3 that are connected.
Yeah, not
In the reverse
necessarily.
order.
Yeah.
3 leading to 1.
So sometimes some of the materials you read could help you in your topic. I understand there is a connection that is raising that. Sometimes if you read the material, it can give you more idea on how to develop your topic and your objective, which you will get some of that in particularly, in almost all of them, you get something that is related. So in that sense, we could say that sequence could be helpful, but it's not necessarily in that order, So now everybody has to be registered. Everybody have to make sure that your LMS and everything is working. So call Michael, please.
Okay, so you mentioned that choice of topics concept something researchable or something. And that has to be done today.
Well, it should be ready by tomorrow.
I don't know how practically.
And when I say researchable, what do you mean by researchable? It means simply that you should be able to find materials.
That's exactly my point.
So you just start with a topic.
I don't know how realistic that is, because we are here practically all day. and we have to delay him. Because I'm saying that we're gonna have quality work. I don't know how that is. It will affect quality.
Uh,
Doubted.
It's all related. It's all related because what you are doing in class and what you are reading is to help you in that process. So, and remember that you don't need to travel to Kafanchan to get it all. You know, you just need to make sure that you look around you. Are there some issues at home? Are there issues in the church? Are there top issues in the society that you are interested in? And the way I would say is that keep it simple. Don't make it complex because it's not a research topic that you're trying to write for the school. Just something that you are interested in. But the point we are making is that if you want to write academic, this thing require that you must have some reference here for what you are doing. So that is, what is we are trying to connect that, but it has to do something that you keep it simple, and then you'll be able to get through.
Maybe let me make my point a little clearer. Now you said that one should be able to have at least 7 to 10 references.
Yeah.
That means that before you can be sure that the topic you're going to be able to have that kind of backup, you've got to be sure that you have those references today.
Not necessarily. Just take it.
Okay.
Just take it one step at a time.
All right. I think that
Yeah,
that's
that doesn't get this today.
because that would be almost impossible.
Yeah.
All right. I get it.
So, Carlo, I need you to help. If you need to call Funke now in the next 30 minutes, we need everybody have to be registered. And those who need to who are not on LMS, they have to do that now. So that I get on board.
Let's put up this exit.
Although we got that earlier.
The other is slides.
The portal. You have an account on our portal, on student portal. Okay, you create your account. Yes, it's the LMS. LMS dot ACTS dot edu dot eng. That's where you're taking that's where every information about the class will be posted. Yeah. Have you logged? Awesome. Okay, you go to acts.edu.eng. acts.edu.eng.
The CTS dot.
edu.eng.
Okay.
Yes. Then you'll see I don't know how. Can I borrow your app? Read the contract. Huh? Register this. Yeah, register this. I'll confirm. Often have like science. For like they just started and they started the library and information science last session. And public and they just started. So those are the courses they are offering. She says she doesn't want. And so Mr. Dele has stepped out. Eh? It's because of them I'm projecting this. Eh? I need to check. Sorry, you're saying something. I think she say she don't want. That's what I'm telling her. She's coming. You can put in anything. That can be edited.
My name there.
Yes. Yes, you can change your face. Okay. Your library person. Okay, as teacher. Okay. Hello, sir. So when you log into to our website, acts.edu.ng,
You can start doing that.
okay. Okay, you're there.
Theoretical stories.
You're there, you're creating your okay. So you click on create new account. Since you don't have account.
Under my is yes.
So under my ACTS.
Right.
Have you created before?
Can't remember.
Let me confirm. Eh?
The password, right?
Reset password. Reset your password. I can't reset password for you on this one. You're not there, sir.
Please.
You have to create a new account. This is a new system we started using just last session.
As people create your account.
Create new account, yes. You are not a student now, you're not a student list. Yes. You took one course and you ran away. Yeah, create student account. Then you're there simply as student.
I need to start this one. I'm all right. Yes,
Okay. Beautiful. Complete it for me. Yes, sir.
Select account type.
Eh?
Let's select account type.
Spend account.
That's what you're
Yeah,
talking about. Okay. Student.
ACTS not
edu.edu. edu.edu. ACTS.edu. That's edu. What is it? Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay.
Are you taking this? Are you taking this? And you are just coming.
You help me out.
Who will help you out? Go and meet a pastor. They are recording it.
Critical. If you start to look back, it's the meaning of the artist.
Yes. Yes.
So where you start, how you start. So you think that's the function.
Yours is 2024. Twenty 24, page 1019. Mrs. Marks.
Yes. Why? No, there is nothing that we jotted out. It's just introduction.
Yeah, just send those, what.
Select it fine, okay. Just select it fine.
Pastor will have to help you. In fact, me, I suffered with that.
I have the passport. Anybody like it?
More to end of
Yes. It's too slow.
It's that, you know, but it's that. It's the union of. If we get in the from acting. Acting is the body that aggregates something else. And then. Yeah. Right. Let me talk. Let's move on. Are we alive? I said, are we alive to be able to hear? Okay. That's it. Is the opinion. Yes.
Where is Carlo? Oh, I don't know that this one is
No, somebody says. Let them move now. Let them see.
Man of God.
You can even see it. Yeah.
Man of God. Man of God.
Yes.
There are so many men of God here. Man of God. Man of God. That is free. You have to give us a contract.
No, I mean, I know. Yeah, let's can take, I mean, here, so we could. That's why we have to keep the road clear, which is. Okay, those of us who are just coming in, I've already reviewed the syllabus. I do hope that okay, so I do hope that those of you who are just coming in, you'll be able to ask questions and know exactly what you are supposed to do. Because I don't want anyone to get lost in class. But like I pointed out, we have three major areas you have to be looking forward to. We have the concept paper, we have the daily assigned reading, and then we have the process paper. Daily assigned reading have to start from today to make sure that you are turning in your papers in the designated platform. I mentioned that this is the text. I'm going to send the other texts. I'm assuming that all of us were in the WhatsApp platform now. Is that correct?
Yes.
When am I going to hear yes from everybody? So Daniel, I don't know why are there some people not in the platform. Is that not what I said we should resolve?
They don't give me. Please not the platform. They're not the platform.
What's
So in the platform.
What's up?
The WhatsApp platform. Please, they're not-
So have you resolved it? Have you given your number?
No, my number is not on the, I will ask you to get it.
Or your present number is not in WhatsApp?
I've never.
Yeah, it's just if you have a number, you have a data.
What I'll do is I'll get a number that I always see from, which is not mine. That's yes, I can't afford it.
Okay, so
Something like that.
so you are coming, you are late, man. Today is Monday. That's why I've permitted people to come late, but you must not come late to the class. That's why we changed the time. We're supposed to start at 8:30. We'll make it to be 9 o'clock, given the fact that you will have to make movements, and Mondays are usually very crazy in the morning in terms of movement. But I want to encourage everyone to be in class at the appropriate time, so that we can always start on time. Because now that you've come in, I've finished reviewing the whole lecture, and I assume that you probably will be wondering, okay, what are they doing and what are they saying and what are they talking about? Okay. So it's always good to be there on time, particularly on the first day of class. It's always very encouraging that, we are there, because if we are not there, then it becomes problematic. Let me, before I get it, let me look at trying to get the text for us. So how many of us have this text? Okay, only one. Yeah, I think you probably have to look for it. So we'll have yeah, Daniel, I think you have one of these. One in the library, okay. So yeah, this is for sale. This is 2,500. So if you because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope that will go around. But remember that you have to do your readings are based on, on that. Did I miss something there? Okay, now this is the soft copy of the textbook. Remember, I mentioned that you have we listed out the textbook that you need. So we talk about KS, which we call Kevin G. Smith. So this is the text. And I'm going to post it in the WhatsApp platform. And so part of your daily reading will be coming from here. So you get your daily reading from here. And then you read. Remember, I said that from your daily reading, you probably try to get us, you try to do a 1.5 page, maximum 2 page summary, and then reflection of what you are gaining from the reading. It may not necessarily be everything, because you can't get everything into 1.5 or 2 page, but you have to choose a particular area that you think is beneficial or you are learning. So the way that I normally encourage students to do the summary is that you try, first of all, in a few pages at the beginning to give a summary inside of what you think the book is talking about. And then when you get down, you can pick two or so themes that you want to emphasize, that you learn from, that is beneficial to you. So in that way, you don't spend your whole time trying to do a summary of the book, because technically I'm not asking you to do a summary of the book. You just give a whole big picture of, this is what, an iceberg view of, this is what the book is about. And then these are some themes or things that you learn, which could be 1, 2, 3 that you want to, develop further. So I hope that, yes.
The page being like what size of the page in the context?
The
page being like words.
Well, we're talking about double line spacing. Double line spacing. If a double line spacing is 2 pages, if you are doing single line spacing, it should be 1 page. Should be 1 page.
No.
5. No, it can't be. Double space can be 500. It should be more than that.
Some space.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so I'm going to send this now to your. I'm going to send this to your WhatsApp so that you have that, and then make sure that you get.
I send it to WhatsApp.
Well,
We said all the information will be on the LMS.
oh, is that? Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure you've logged me in on that. Do I need to log into that?
Yes, sir. Or you can send it now.
Okay.
We able to download it particularly to download it on the LMS, right? Yes.
Which are they? Because it's this thing that's just that's it.
So, Carlo, are they in the LMS? That is what I asked you to spend time to make sure that they are there. So if they are not there, and you want me to send the.
No, I know the ones that are not, they are getting their information. That was actually my point. On the LMS one.
That's what I'm going to
No, not this.
Yes.
So.
Hello.
Now you know. You can edit.
How much is the this thing? Yeah, the balance of what?
This one is okay.
Have you registered for this plan? So it's okay. I did. I thought the LMS.
Yeah, but just right.
So everybody have to make sure you get on the LMS, so that we don't want any confusion. You must be there because you must turn in your papers there. You know, so there is no
Something right now. You guys are excited.
Carlo, I'm waiting for you to round up this thing. Okay. So those of you coming in, any question on the syllabus? I want to be sure that everybody is there as we dive in. Now, I don't want anybody to be lost or left behind. It's very easy for someone to be left behind.
Subsequently, classes start.
You say?
Subsequently, classes start.
Yes, that starts 9. And yeah. So remember that the first thing we noted is that I said that you have to think. You have to think. You know, during the Enlightenment period, the in thing was about thinking. And they will tell you, well, I think, therefore I am. Human thinking was elevated to its heights. And there are still people today who human thinking was elevated to the point of divinity during the Enlightenment. And it looks like human beings had superior thinking, and human beings have the capacity to solve their problem and to take care of whatever problem or whatever difficulty that they have. The truth is that we are all thinking beings, isn't it? We think. However, our thinking doesn't make us to be divine, does it? Why is it so tiny? What's wrong with that? I get the wrong one. Slide sorter. Okay. So, thinking. What does it mean to think? Sometimes when we say somebody is a thinker, you say the person is a philosopher. Right?
Yeah.
Is that how we do? We relate thinking with what it means. If the person is thinking, doing a lot of thinking, we say this person is a philosopher.
Maybe not necessarily so.
Maybe
not necessarily so.
Okay.
I think what people mean when they say somebody is a philosopher, it's not just everybody thinks. So they are not saying everybody is a philosopher. What they are saying is people who give deep thought to things and look at them from different ramifications and are able to postulate afterwards based on deep thinking and present their perspectives in ways that are deeper than the average person. I think it's in that context. People say somebody who thinks
the philosopher, somebody who does deep thinking. Okay. So the calling we are calling all of you here is a calling to be deep thinkers, not surface thinkers. And as we think about this, the question we ask as it relates to what we are doing is there a relationship between thinking and writing? Thinking and writing. Is there a relationship between thinking and expression? How you think and how you express yourself. How you think and how you write. Does the way we think affect what we express in writing? Does the way we think affect what we express in writing? Does the way we think about concepts affect how we write them or how we write about them? So you can identify people if you are thinking about mother and child. Now, when you think about mother and child, you try to as you think, you figure out the picture. You try to picture that out. What does a child or what does a mother, look like? So we think, and I was talking about the Enlightenment. One of the maxims during the Enlightenment period was, I think therefore I am. You know, I think, therefore I am. But you see, that's a very misleading conception because it looks like,
Since I'm living, I'm thinking. Which is not correct.
yeah, I mean, your whole essence, you know, and that was the power that pushed the Enlightenment. They thought that they have the ability to solve every societal problem. They think that human thought was divine, and as a result of that, so because I think, therefore I am. Because I am, I don't need divinity. I don't need to inquire from God about solution. That human beings have the capability, they have the ability, you know, to be able to think and to solve their problem. So for the first question, which I want us to look at it briefly, is there a relationship between thinking and writing? Is there a relationship? And if there is, what is your explanation for that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I want to start on the contrary aspect that for an extent there is no relationship. And the reason why I'm saying there is no relationship is because I think I've been able to witness or do some spontaneous writers.
Let's hear what you are saying.
Okay, so,
No, sit down. Illusion.
so I've been able to witness or know some spontaneous writers. Sometimes practically and you just talk about the topic. Then the next thing is spontaneous writer pick up the pen and begins to distribute on something. So meanwhile, the aspect of the thinking will come afterwards, after he has written down to now look at what he has written and see how he can fine tune to suit purpose. So that's I would say that's just for people who write or write like write prose, poetry, poems, write some other things, some motivational talks, and also some just other things. But I would now say
No,
that
just hold it there. Is it possible for someone to write spontaneously without some kind of conception? Even if you want to write a poem, can you just spontaneously write that poem without something that you're associating with what you are writing?
that was why I mentioned based on the topic.
Eh?
Saying
Yeah, it's based on a topic, and there must be an association with that topic. Eh? I mean, there must be some thinking or reflection, I mean, on that topic. Yes, it's something that is happening spontaneously, and there are writings on that, but it's not like something that you are saying that they can't relate to or they don't know at all. You know, they may not have all the information about it, but at the spur of the moment, they can easily relate, you know, those the two ideas, and then start writing something that they could refine later.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
Okay.
say. So I think what I don't think to understand there is that there is actually no way thinking aspect to be excluded from the spontaneous writing. So what for me, I feel it's more relatable to the academic writing because you just have to sit down and be able to constructively put down your thoughts and not make it haphazard. Because looking at spontaneous writing rather, sometimes if you present it, it doesn't make complete sense sometimes. It needs a kind of an extra editing, a kind of an extra one-on-one.
So it's a developing story.
Exactly.
But even though it's developing, so if you said that you're writing a poetry, you said, there stand justice with a sword in his hand. Eh? you're making a statement that is poetical in nature, but you can't even make that if you don't know what the concept of justice is about, you know? So somehow, that relates. I mean, like you said, there are people that are spontaneously, you ask them, okay, what is the difference between a prose and a poetry? Well, for you to do that, you need to have some building block. It may not be perfect, but at least even though you're doing something in a spontaneous way, it's just like sometime when we were students, you go to an exam, and I am those that always advocate to students that you should have something to write. Don't just sit down and say you have something to write. You don't have something to write, that you can think and you can try to associate some things, in what you are doing. So somehow there's a kind of association, that with what you have heard, that you are writing spontaneously, no matter how imperfect it might be.
This affirms that you are doing can write without thinking.
Yeah, well, that is the point that we're trying to establish. If you write without thinking, one way is that you could write something that is meaningless. You can write something that is abstract, or you can write something that is just stupid, that doesn't, just like that, or you say something. Yeah.
So you will have at the point where one is writing something like stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from thinking.
Yeah.
You have to think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, whatever you are writing, whether
Whether
you
it's
are not looking at the accuracy of what you are writing,
mm-hmm.
but provided you are writing, it comes from thinking. Whether you are thinking right or you are thinking wrong, something jumps in your head and you have to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a big relationship.
Yeah, I said something. Yeah.
For me, I believe that before writing, there must have been a kind of concept that is captured in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's your mind that actually pre-informs, your hands to write. So you are trying to just bring to, reality what is going on in your mind. And also that is an accumulation of information that you have been able to gather. So you are putting them together in your mind. And there's something you really want to bring out from that. So since the mind does the thinking, even the mind does the writing. You are just using your hand to express it. So for me, there is a big, in fact, I would say that writing is dependent on thinking.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. First of all, I want to thank him for bringing that perspective. If I had answered before him, I would have said it was impossible. I wouldn't have thought the way he brought it. And I think that's good for an environment like this, that we allow divergent views and encourage it. It's actually opened my mind. I would have just said, no way, how could you be writing that thing? But when he spoke, I give thought for it. And I realized that we are all looking at the norm. And we all know that in every situation, there are always abnormal things. We are talking about what is normal to a normal person. There are people who are eccentric. A lot of artists that do music, their best music comes from not thinking.
Yeah.
They rent a studio, they just open out and close it. Those are, I'm not saying that's the norm, but it just happens. Yeah, I get my point.
Yeah.
Then there's a difference between knowledge and thinking. We are mixing them up.
Yeah.
There's a difference between knowledge and thinking. You can know something and not be thinking about it. So whatever they are saying or doing will be from knowledge, but it doesn't mean they are actively processing it as they're using it. I don't know where I'm communicating, but I see that we are blurring the line between knowledge that we already have and consciously applying our minds to it at the time of use, which is thinking. So I think that in as much as even scripture says, out of the heart flows everything that we do. So that means that everything comes from the mind. However, it didn't say from thinking. So because I know what people that do art at times, they just like a grace and anointing comes upon them, and they're able to do some creative work that even their minds couldn't conceive.
Okay,
They wouldn't even think about it.
Let's try to push this thought further. When you think about human beings, my assumption is that there's no human being that has not gone through the world of experience, negative or positive experience, you know? And when you think about people who are eccentric or people that are the spur of the moment, so if you say that what they are doing doesn't come from either their world of experience.
No, it has to.
Okay.
It's possible. But they will not be applying their minds consciously at that point.
Well, whether you apply, I mean, see, I will come later on to talk about the mind. You know, we have the conscious and the subconscious mind. And you have a situation, you have a situation that even when you think you are not unconscious, things are coming out from the pool that you have already, stored, there. And so the human mind, is at work,
Even when we are sleeping.
Yeah. So the point I'm making is that, it's because you see, if they come and they bring something that you say is utterly out of them, then we are moving into the realm of inspiration.
Yes.
Eh?
I was going to
You're moving to the realm.
I'm going to take me
You're moving to the realm of inspiration. And when we talk about inspiration from the biblical sense of it, inspirare, holy men spoke. Right?
Even the word of God was written.
So they spoke as they were given. But understand that when you come to study inspiration here, inspiration does not mean that God took away the personality, of that physical. Those people, they spoke as they were inspired by God, but their personality, they express it through their personality and through what they have, they have learned.
Okay, sir.
So in that,
I've met a young person that, in fact, he wrote up to about 10 pages. He said, God just woke him up. Everything that was written there, he didn't think. The way God was just telling him, he wrote it down. So what do we say about that? Is that not inspiration?
Well,
the mind was at work, but he was not thinking. That's my point.
He was not thinking. It was just a message God was giving to him.
you see, that is the point I'm telling you, that when you say that somebody gets inspiration, which is out of the person, but again, you have the question of, this person was writing. He could say it's from God, or he could say it was from the Spirit of God. He could give any kind of this thing. For one, we don't have anybody today in the world that has inspiration to the level at which the Bible authors had inspiration. And I hope you understand that.
Canons are closed.
Eh?
The canons are closed.
Yes. The canon of scripture are closed. So there's no preacher or anybody living that will say that
They say it.
Well, they say
It's not
it,
true.
yeah, they say that it's wrong.
Because
Yeah.
you say it with boldness.
Yes, you say it with boldness and impunity.
Yes, impunity.
Yeah, that,
What the heck?
yeah, that what you are getting, and
In fact, your Bible is inferior.
yes, so they live in the church and they espouse that, and the church member have come out everyone. You know, it's in the Roman Catholic Church. Those of you are familiar that when the Pope speaks, as long as the Pope is on the pulpit,
Everything.
you know,
It's important.
everything he said is synonymous to the voice of God.
Yes.
So you cannot question that, you know. But again, you realize that in our churches and in our Pentecostal churches, we are elevating, and that is why many times you want to hear, what does the man of God have to tell us? You know, at the beginning of this period or this period, it's not what does the word of God has to tell us, you know? So the point we're making is that, yes, God does give every believer, you can read the scripture today, you can be inspired, you can get a particular message, but that is not synonymous to inspiration, you know? God gives you inspiration for that particular moment of time. Sometimes you read the scripture, you have a particular need, and as you are reading the Bible, something is impressed on you, and that promise, you claim it, you pray over it, and you are very certain that this is, you know, God, ministering to you. So that's why I say in the case of that person, we have to be careful that we don't try to elevate what the person says writing down to be coming, from God. The Holy Spirit might be giving her something for a particular need, you know, at that particular time. So maybe he needs to write a book that may open doors for him or her, you know. So it could be that way. So when we think about, we say that, okay, authors, they have some kind of aha moment. So when they write about, some of them, they write about love, they say they were inspired. I don't think that any of them wrote about those love in a vacuum, you know. Just like even when we're talking about the inspiration that Isaiah was inspired, Ezekiel was inspired, yet God did not remove the personality of Ezekiel. You know, he still allowed them within the milieu and the experiences they have, and you can see those being expressed, in a way that they are communicating, you know. So